Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Well, I said it before, but now I'm really saying it. Nolan Wells was murdered, and I believe the whole town is involved in the cover-up. That's right, I said, well, maybe not the whole town, but much of the town. This is why we don't have an official investigation report released yet. We don't have it. We don't see any motion at all, except in the ocean. You dig what I'm saying? Or you picking up what I'm putting down? Family, we got a woman who goes by Just Bree on TikTok, B-R-I, Bree. And she has been filming. And she came across camera after camera located on Horn Island. Yeah, fam. They got cameras all around that place. It is impossible for somebody to create a travesty like the murder of Nolan Wells, and nobody saw nothing. Not one of those cameras picked up something. Now, it may not pick up every single detail, but those cameras got Nolan's murder on it. One of those cameras saw what happened.
Okay, there's Horn Island right there. Looks like there's a sailboat out there, maybe.
It's up there in the water.
That's the island. That is how long it is. It is pretty long, guys.
Yeah.
That's the west end, or that's the east end.
And this light.
And then over here is going to be the west end, and this is the washing machine that they're talking about. Water is pretty choppy today, but that is the island. There's some houses right there. The next place I'm going to take you to is over by Lover's Lane, so you guys can see how much housing and stores are over there that have possible footage. But yeah, let's get to the end of this pier. Wait a minute, you guys, there's fucking cameras on the fucking pavilion. And they can't even say they don't work because there's a fucking solar panel. Now I know you see me watching you, and I know you see me watching me. There's literally cameras everywhere out here, y'all. Every fucking where. Okay, so I have now made it to Old Fort Bayou Pier where they pulled in to a stop. This is an oyster house right here, and then next to it is the fireworks stand. Now, I don't see any cameras here, but let me get in my car and I'll show you where there is a camera because I'm too fat to walk. For reference. What's that? Oh, what's that? It's a camera, guys, with a light. What is this, guys? Where are you? Oh, yeah. Okay, we are now over here. So that is how far the oyster house is. I want to show you guys something. Look at that fancy house over there. Y'all see any cameras? I see lights. I wonder if there's a camera over there. I'll have to go on the other side of that bridge and see what's going on. Now where the ramp is, there is a drawbridge up there because this is a short bridge, so I'm sure there's cameras up there. They have to have cameras. I'm sure it's a state law. I'll have to look into that. Now this is where they would have come in at. Look at these fancy houses over here. Look at that man walking his dog. I bet you they have cameras. Maybe them. Or maybe them. What about them? Interesting, right? Alright, let's go look at some more. We're going to walk on this side of the dock so you guys can get a better understanding at what we're looking at over here. Okay, we are on the other side of the dock. And I want you guys to take a look at this. That's a catfish house. They are definite to have cameras in there. Look at these houses. You can tell me none of these houses saw anything on their next stop to Lover's Lane, which we're going to point to you where Lover's Lane is. That, my friends, is Lover's Lane. And you're going to tell me that I ain't questioned. None of them houses. By the way, that's a restaurant. That's a restaurant. So they have even better view. But they haven't questioned any of these motherfuckers who own these houses. Look at that. That's a historical home registered for the state of Mississippi. You know they have cameras. I'm just saying. Oh look, my friends found the cameras. Ain't that something? All right, we're gonna get back on Lover's Lane. I just had to explore the little neighborhood they had to the side there. All right, this is back on Lover's Lane. So this is where one of them home people live. I'm not sure if it was a male or female. One of their shops was here on Lover's Lane. You're gonna tell me.
No, not the house. They're beautiful.
Not these houses. All right, let me tell this.
Let's go there, Mom.
Oh, Lord have mercy. There was a house.
$1 million homes, fam. $1 million homes line the island. That's money. That's money. And you know, boating is an expensive hobby. So you start talking about people who got money, so-called close-knit community, they have some of their own being accused of something as heinous as murder. How far do you think they go? How far do you think they'll go?
Over there that had the gate completely padded up. You couldn't see through it, so I can only assume it might have been the house. But yes, this is, look at this.
Can we go there?
Look at that, baby. Water on every side with all these stunning.
Keep in mind, fam, you can just watch how Trump moved and watch how all of those billionaires and millionaires moved who went to the Epstein Island. Look at all of that. How many of them are in jail? How many went to jail? All of them. All of that access, money. It's like the more money they have, the more corrupt they are, the more wicked they are. So you can't put nothing past a pretty house and big money and cars and planes and boats. You can't put nothing past none of that. People that got all of that kind of stuff, they got to step on a lot of people in most cases to get it.
I just had to show you all. Okay, now we are at the end of Lover's Lane. We're going to go back up. You're going to see all these fancy houses coming from this direction. I zoomed out as much as I could. You get the idea. Look at that. Stunning. Boom.
Right?
And the biggest house had the most private gate. You'll see all these wrought iron gates how they're just open and the people are chill and they don't care. Wait till you see this next one. It's quite interesting. And I bet you $1 million that these houses have cameras. Now, I'm not going to stop to look at everyone, but let me put y'all up here. Okay. It's coming up.
All right, fam, you get it. You picking up what she's putting down. Family. Nolan Wells was murdered, and his murder was captured on one of those cameras, if not captured on a cell phone. Yeah, because you know how youngsters do. They film everything. You saw the group of girls, the white girls, I think it was 3 of them, who dragged the black girl who had epilepsy, dragged her up the stairs, beat her. You know, one of them came down on her head like with a DDT move, like bam, you know, one of those wrestling moves. It wasn't DDT, but more like one of those wrestling moves. But yeah, man, they film everything. They film their crimes. I don't know what that's about, but these youngsters film their crimes these days. It don't matter what the crime is. They film. So you can go to those phones and find out what's going on. If indeed the so-called boys who are really men, because all of them are 18, I have yet to hear any of these publications call them men. They are men. If they didn't do it, let's look at the phones. All of y'all submit your phone records. You too, Katie. Submit those phone records. Let's take a look, man. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at those phone records. Let's take a look at all of those cameras stationed around the island. Those cameras are there for a purpose. It is to capture crime, and it's also used as a deterrent. But when a camera is far away and you can't just look right there and see it, oftentimes you might think you're not being watched. So those cameras, from what I see, are very good quality. So they got something on them. If nothing else, the movement of those boats, people coming and going. Yeah. But I think his murder was actually captured it's captured on one or more of those cameras, and it's highly possible that one of those youngsters actually recorded it. It's somewhere. Maybe they deleted it after they realized the gravity of everything, and they realized this thing is getting out of hand. These people are looking for answers, and they really want answers. We got away with stuff in the past, but look like we might not be able to get away with this, so we got to cover our tracks. Just my thoughts. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.